Greetings. Hey, it's Susie Jervich. I want to wish everybody a happy spring equinox. Today's talk is about the art of grounding, and it's really cool to do it on a beautiful day like today with the equinox here, and also just celebrating all the light that is pouring through for so many. Sometimes as the energies are shifting and as the light is pouring in for so many people that really feel into that and really get the energy or the burst of energy, and some people that I've know are experiencing different sensations of needing to be more grounded as these energies come in. And so, even for me, I experienced moments of being ungrounded, and just wanted to share some things that I have learned about getting more grounded. We're going to go into three tips for grounding, but first, want to talk a little bit about what it means to be grounded and then not be grounded. So, people sometimes we hear these terms and we're like, I don't even know what they're talking about. So, I just simply went to the dictionary and I got some meanings and just see if any of these kind of land with you. So to be ungrounded would be to be unfounded. This is from the dictionary. Is to be unfounded, unjustified, unsupported, unwarranted, foundlessness, uncorroborated, bottomless. I added this one for fun, feeling suspended in space. And then going into grounding, so just from the dictionary, being prepared, there's discipline, you're established, you initiate, you instruct, you introduce, you rest, you feel settled, and you teach. So these are real distinctions here in the distinction between grounded and ungrounded. As a yoga teacher and as a meditation teacher, I've learned that it's like really simple to tune in with somebody and see, who is grounded in their practice and who is not. And so some signs in a yoga classroom for me, or meditation, is people with darting eyes. If they're, you're giving instruction and they're fidgeting, or they're I call that kind of darting eyes. And also for me as a meditation teacher is if there's a lot of restlessness in the body, and sitting for 5 minutes to meditate can be hard for somebody who's never done it. And so you might find some restlessness with the body. And also maybe that rate of respiration, the breath work too, is going to show up. And the ungrounded nature too might be kind of a general disposition with the face. So when we work with people, we really look at the face and we really pick up these different cues that the face is showing, and also through the eyes. And then as you go through the practice, you may be noting their body and their body language as they're going through their postures. So there's all these different signs and evidence that a person is ungrounded. And let's just say it's not on the yoga mat. Let's just say you're out in the world, and let's just say you're feeling distracted. You can't seem to settle down. You can't seem to set a intention, and then you just can't do it. You've got all these different reasons or these distractions or things that pop in, so you're not able to fulfill what your intention is or what your obligation is. You might notice that habits that you're really, really good, you're not in them anymore. And so for some reason, you're feeling like you need to eat more food, or maybe give up some of your exercise practices that you're just um, not wanting to stay on track with what your intention is. And so to be ungrounded just means that in a many ways is you're just not able to hold that intention in that space of really loving yourself. So for a moment in time, you're feeling a little bit lost in that. And that ungrounded feeling could be from events that are happening in your life, or it could be like right now, we've got some massive energies pouring in right now through beautiful light that's coming into our beautiful planet. And as it does, it's coming into our system. So there may be things that people notice too about maybe feeling this energy coming in as, not being able to sleep really good at night, so like really super tired, and then you go to bed and then you're not sleeping, so all of these factors in to a sense of possibility that you're not super grounded. And so I'm going to give you three practices here, okay? And I know all of you have your own ways that when you show up and you're like you're not on the money, that you're feeling off. And I call it a lot of times out of alignment. So it could be something in your environment, or it could be something in your work life, your relationship, your sense of prosperity and abundance, your relationship. It's just not in alignment. Okay, so that might be a period of being ungrounded. So here's your 3 tips for the art of grounding on this beautiful spring equinox day. Okay, the first one here, and again, I'm a note keeper and a writer. So as I'm working with these videos and really diving deep in some things to share with my tribe, I make succinct notes and stay on that. And this right here is a grounded practice for me, is to create, first have a thought. Then I take the thought and then I go into some sort of process of making it come to life, which is writing it and thinking it through. And the next thing would be to implement it and actually do effective action, more so than just writing, but putting it in a video or doing it in a talk with people. Anyway, so here are my 3 big tips. So the first one is be present in your body. You say, I love my body. And that's the first thing that you can do, is to be really present with your body. All of my videos, every time I talk to people, is what are you feeling in your body? What are you noticing? Do you even notice anything? Hey, and if you notice anything, do you respond to it? Meaning, if you're feeling, like something kind of in your neck or something, or do you kind of like just feel like, oh, I always feel this way? Or do you go, I wonder what the root cause of this is? Those are something to think about. So with that, is the first thing you can do is get connected with your breath. Okay, and it could be like a 5-minute meditation, or if you have a longer meditation, or it could just be simply like breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and then breathing out. So if you're like, I don't really meditate, all you need to do is breathe and be aware of the in-breath and be aware of the out-breath. You might want to do maybe 10 breath cycles, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. But really just, when I'm doing this, when I'm taking this beautiful in-breath, I'm really allowing my belly to really expand, filling with air. So just drawing all the energy here to activate the diaphragm. So belly gets super full, expanding out. And with the exhale, navel goes back to the spine. That's a simple way to get real present. So if you got some wackadoodle stuff going on in your field and you're like, I am wackadoodle, connecting with your breath, name your breath, breathing in and breathing out, go into a meditation. You could be in the middle of some weird meeting that's going kind of woo, and just open-eyed, breathing in, breathing out. Just take a moment, a pause for yourself to breathe. That's being present in your body. The next thing is, I'm all about eating color. What are you putting in your body? Okay, so when you're feeling a little bit out of alignment or ungrounded, really look at the foods that you have been eating that maybe got you in this position, possibly. So I'm all about eating color. And when I go to the grocery store, that I predominantly buy things in the produce department, and I do it based on what color and what shape really is calling to me. And that's my highest level of integrity with my body is to eat more color. So really noticing what you're putting into your body. What are you consuming? What is going to be filling you up with grounded, good, juicy stuff? And I'm always talking about eating color that's just kissed by the sun, still alive and kissed by the sun. Okay, so think about what you're eating. Eat more color. The next thing is just notice the body, which we just talked about. If something is showing up in your body, maybe you're noticing your heart is kind of racing. Notice that, and then go into that breathing technique. Breathing in, breathing out. Just begin to notice and love yourself, because your body, this is your vehicle that you have here. So it's really noticing what is showing up in your vehicle, in your beautiful body. So really pay attention here with the body. That's number one tip. Present in your body and love it. Love, love, love your body. The second thing is connecting in with earth. So a lot of times if you're, in this situation, you're all frazzled and everything you were planning to do is falling apart and you're just kind of like you can't even get back on track because your track is like not even there anymore, or maybe a bus went by and took your track and then there you are, So really connecting with nature. We live on a beautiful spinning rock called Earth. Some people call it Gaia. And I have to say, I'm a fan of this place because it's all about experiential, good juju or the other juju. You get to pick. So I'm a big fan of nature. So being in nature is really good for grounding you, getting you not only present in your body, but present in your physical reality, which is planet Earth. Okay. You could go planet Earth, or you could go Texas, or you could say Houston, or you could say, the street where I'm at, or whatever. Okay. But it's where you're at. So this is your present living environment. So really connect there. And what that might look like is, instead of sitting inside the house thinking, I don't know what to do with my life. We've all been there. Raise your hand. Me, I pick me. Anyway, I don't want to pick me anymore, so I'm going to bring it down and just say, simply by going outside and giving yourself like a little pause button, and you just go take a walk around the block. You might want to go, if you've got a swimming pool or any kind of water. Oh my gosh, I love water. I would just jump in and play in it and just have a great time. So really connecting in with nature, what that means to you, whether you're taking a hike, last year in the spring, well, actually this time last year, I somebody told me to take a drive and see what I think. Well, I took a drive and I drove all the way to Hot Springs, Arkansas. I didn't have any bags with me or toothbrush or anything. I just left. And then I sat in the mineral water, and that really was loving and supportive. And I was driving from Houston there just without a plan. Anyway, so sometimes we intuitively know what we need to do to connect and to be more grounded. Okay. So really connecting in with the outdoors, petting a dog, looking at animals, watching the birds fly by, even looking at the bugs and the spiders and all these different things, but to connect in not only with the sky above us, but with the earth below us, being really fully in present moment with that, with connecting in with where you're at. The next one is allowing yourself to feel balanced and centered. That's tip number 3. Allowing yourself to feel centered and balanced. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so I've got a few things here on this one. When you're feeling centered and balanced, you're maybe getting a little bit more sleep. So noticing your sleeping patterns, creating better environments for sleep and for rest, and for a place of almost like a spa-like moment when you go into the bedroom to just rest your head. Keep it a neutral space, a loving space for rest. The next one is notice wholeness in your life. And that wholeness might be listening to this video right now, smiling on the inside as well as on the outside, noticing your social connections with other people, being connected with other people, being in communication, even if the ungroundedness is, get around other people that are positive, that are going to support and uplift you. feeling interconnected is the main thing, too. So, with that, we've got the 3 tips. Be present in your body and love your body. Connect in with Earth. So just love all her majesty. And then allowing yourself to feel more balanced and centered. You got this. I know you got it. You have a most beautiful and juicy, beautiful day.